How would you describe the man that you play in this film? Because it's quite hard to make sense of him, isn't it?
Um, I think he's someone who's basically been severely bullied by everyone who's around him, like kind of who's no, he's been convinced by his family and whoever he grew up with that he's in some way slow and like kind of like mentally deficient. But I don't actually think he is. I think he's just been told it so many times that he's sort of regressed inside himself. And you know, he thinks he's incapable of a thought without. He just wants to be told what to do all the time.
Take it to him, I promise.
In terms of an acting challenge, how did this push you? I mean, is it unlike anything you've ever done before?
Yeah. I mean, just in terms of the physicality and stuff, it's but mainly because the script and the part as well. It was so loose about what the character was that you could really. You're quite free to do almost anything, and so you kind of. I think the one scary thing for me was doing too much because you could just overload on weird tics and stuff. But yeah, I thought it was actually one of the easiest characters I've ever played. It was the most fun, definitely.
You've been taking on really good roles in recent times. Do you feel that you've kind of moved away from being pigeonholed as a kind of Twilight person, really?
I don't know. I mean, it's still. I've just been really lucky with a few scripts, and then also people who I've been trying to have a relationship with for ages. Different directors like Harmony Korine and James Gray. I mean, I've met them. James I met like 5 years ago, and I'm trying to. And it just so happened that suddenly these parts came along, and they all came along at the same time. But I basically still think exactly the same as I did years ago. I mean, I've sort of approached everything exactly the same.
Thought you'd be working on your script.
Wish I was. Gotta pay the bills.
This is really a kind of a good Cannes Film Festival for you, isn't it? Because you've got another film here. What kind of comment is that film making about Hollywood? I mean, I haven't seen it. I've heard it's a satire, though.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, there's definitely parts of it which are pretty savage. It was pretty savage about absolutely everybody, not just Hollywood. But there's also a kind of weird mysticism to it as well. It's such an odd film. It's so funny though. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know what David's comment. Yeah, I don't really know what his comment on Hollywood is. I mean. Because I find all these people, I find all the weirdos in Hollywood like kind of really funny and entertaining. I mean, and I think they're really funny in the movie. Like, no matter how dark they are and self-obsessed. I mean, I think it just shows a lot of how crazy actors are.
How do you feel that you move forward as an actor? How do you grow? Do you make a conscious effort to look at other actors? Do you listen to what directors tell you? How does it work?
Yeah, I mean, it's little bits of everything. I mean, you just try and work with clever people and people who are ambitious and you know and know how to work. But it's funny even seeing like how like Guy's career is like it's basically doing like had a kind of dream career. I mean, he gets to play complete character parts in every single movie he does, and I think that's the most fulfilling kind of career you can have. And you can also work for a lot longer. I think half the time people don't even know it's Guy in a movie. And I think that's the dream.